Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we've come to Trelissick. So for today's walk we're going to walk around Trelissick, a very large stately home here in Cornwall on the River Fal. The walk takes us through woodland along the estuary and it should be really pretty. Trelissick is between Truro and Falmouth on the River Fal.
Welcome to Trelissick. Situated on its own peninsula with ever-changing views of the River Fal, Trelissick is blessed with over 600 acres of historic parkland, wildlife-rich farm fields and ancient oak woodlands cascading to the river's edge. A diverse piece of Cornish countryside. Sounds lovely. Should we go and have a look?
Idyllic, yeah. Today's walk is taken from Walks for All Ages. From the green car park kiosk, take the short road signposted woodland walk, which leads to a gate and cattle grid. Beyond the gate you'll see the Fal estuary, better known as Carrick Rose. Take the right hand of the two grassy paths leading towards the estuary and follow it downhill through the grazed parkland to a small length of beach at the bottom. I really enjoy coming down to Trelissick, it's always been a favourite of mine. We're not intending to go into the National Trust gardens, they're more of a spring garden, camellias, rhododendrons, that sort of thing. And there are herbaceous perennials in there. But today our focus is on the walk, so we'll be taking you down to the estuary.
Really nice dog walk.
So there's the side aspect of Trelissick. Tide's obviously out today, got quite a large mud flap. I wouldn't want to get stuck in there, but we're just going to go down and find a little beach that's at the bottom here. There's the front of the house. Isn't it beautiful? So you can just make out there the ferry that's come all the way down from Truro. Come on, boy.
It's a pretty cool place to take a rest. They've put a boat on for the roof. Fantastic. So in the distance is Falmouth, and you can just about make out Pendennis Castle on the headland.
It's just like this much seaweed, it's really spongy. I do remember my parents bringing me down here as a child. My dad taught me to skim stones on the water down here. We had great fun.
What a lovely view they must have.
Turn left onto the path that runs above the beach, and just after the seat sculpted in the shape of a fish, you'll pass through a woodland gate leading into the woodland trail. The old carriage drive takes you around the headland along the riverside for 3/4 of a mile, with interesting views or glimpses through the large, ancient and beautiful beech, oak and sycamore trees. The book suggests this was the old carriage driveway for the big house back there. Imagine going along here with a big horse and four and a great grand carriage. Oh, it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Trade in my Rover. Get a nice carriage. You're right, wouldn't it? Fancy.
Got no stable for the horses, darling.
So as we've been walking around today, I've noticed Theoc Trails Walking History. You can scan it, it'll give you more information. Brilliant.
Every now and again you get a clearing in the trees and you can see all the way down the estuary. Just in that little hamlet there on the riverside, on the creek side, is the Pandora Inn. Quite a famous little inn. It's beautiful. It's got a little jetty that goes into the river and you can have your lunch there. Burnt down a few years ago and they had to rebuild it from scratch. Now here you can make out how it actually looks like a carriage driveway. Imagine the horses trundling along here.
So would I have been gentry then, or would I have been the carriage driver?
Darling, I think you'd have been the stable boy picking up the horse poo.
Ah, okay.
And I expect I would have been a chamber pot maid. Just up the slope you can see the posts that define the gardens. One or two of the well manicured bushes and shrubs up there. So within quite a short walk of the beach we're approaching the ferry because you can hear the cars disembarking, can't you?
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
This is our first glimpse of the King Harry ferry, and they're loading it up.
The path descends to the road above the King Harry Ferry terminus. Cars queued waiting to go on the ferry.
One of the nicer traffic jams to experience. Crossing the road?
Yep. To continue the walk, cross over the road and climb the quite steep flight of steps opposite. The path continues through more woodland. So our guidebook does tell us that there are lots of large vessels moored on the Fal. It's quite a deep river. I don't know if you can just make out the yellow and red of the ships in the river there. They are massive.
I wouldn't believe such a big ship being such a narrow little opening. There's two of them there as well, isn't there?
They keep the engines running all the time and a little caretaker makes sure that the ship is okay. He's on there, look.
I know.
Caretaker.
Give him a wave.
Yeah. In the distance you can make out Tregothnan estate. That's where Lord Falmouth lives. Lots of little birds on the water there. There's a cormorant on the buoy. The guidebook does suggest that there's lots of different wading birds here, but I'm afraid I'm no expert. Beautiful old wooden sailing boat there. Something special. And a quick look at the map. We start here at Trelissick. We came down to the beach, go around the headland. There's the King Harry Ferry, and now we're going up the creek side here at the moment, and we will probably come up to Trelissick, cross the road and back and have some lunch. We're obviously doing this walk in summer with the leaves on the trees, and it does kind of limit your glimpses of the river. I think if you wanted to see the river more, maybe do it in winter.
Yeah, I'll chop the trees down. It's the creek's head then?
Yeah, head of the creek.
Cool.
Should be turning left in a minute.
20-minute walk back up to Trelissick. What have you found?
I don't know, I think it might be the spores from a fungus lick.
Yeah, yeah.
And they go all the way up there. I wonder if they've just been blown and dispersed.
It's one of my favourite things to see in a woodland, you know. I really like fungi.
The underside looks like a dinner plate upside down, doesn't it? Is that a bracket fungus? I don't know. There have been some fantastic benches all the way around this walk and giving you some really nice views of the estuary.
Watching the world go by. Have you seen it going by yet?
No, still waiting.
At the top of the hill you will come to a gate where you cross the road to the old lodge.
Please use great care, fast traffic, dangerous crossing.
What are we looking like? Turn left around the old lodge along a stony path leading to a wicket gate into a field. Bear right across the field to a stand of oak trees.
I used to think they were giant waste paper bins until my dad told me it's to protect the young plants from the cows.
They do look like bins. So we're just heading back to the car park now. Lovely little walk today, it's been really nice. Time for a spot of lunch, I think. Path ends at the gate and cattle grid from where you begun the walk. They call that the engine house. You can stay in there.
I'm going to stay in there 1 year. If you do get the opportunity to go around the gardens, it's well worthwhile.
Oh, never mind. Maybe next time.
Looking good, huh?
Lunchtime. Oh, look what I got. Whoa. Oh.
Do you think it's for you? You can't eat chocolate cake. No. Today's walk is taken from Walks for All Ages. Here's the walk instructions. Lovely photo of the beach that we were on with a little black cow in it. Lovely. That was a good walk. The instructions were good. The map was very useful. And the additional points that helped you enjoy the walk, like the extra information, I found that really interesting. What do you think?
Oh, I've had a lovely walk today. Book's really easy to follow. Paths and well defined,
Yeah.
nice and level through most of it. It's just a couple of spots where you have to go up and down some steps.
Yes.
But generally speaking, very easy walk, isn't it?
Excellent. And I've enjoyed wandering around the bits of Trelissick, having a little coffee in the cafe.
Yeah, there's lots of amenities here. Really like the way they've laid out the book as well. There's a bit of information about the Trelissick and the history and what you're going to see on the walk. It's all nicely put together, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you'd have to give this one a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10,
Can't
thoroughly
fault it.
recommended.
Very good.